we had to get the day started with a gentleman you all met yesterday. When it comes to NIL support, when it comes to support for an endeavor like this, you need great partners. And that's what Blake said. I got to have some support for not just my personal endeavors, but when I want to give back to the community. So the first company he reached out to is this great partner, Wolverine Boots, and joining us from Wolverine.
Sam, it's not just a great partner; it's a great brand with a great logo.
I love the logo.
With a really
the
sweet
logo is outstanding. The logo is outstanding. Scott Schoessel joined us yesterday, and I could tell people were moved for a couple of different reasons. Number one, to have you be so forward, so instant in your support of Blake's willingness to give back to the community, but as at the same time, Wolverine's support for Michigan student athlete NIL, that really moved a lot of Michigan fans when they learned about it.
Yeah, it's just been a great day so far. Big shout out to you guys, and just seeing all these people here, how meaningful Blake is, how meaningful the guys are, how meaningful the effort is. For us to be a part of it, it's just frosting on the cake from a good program this year.
We talked about it, Scott. Look, you could tell all these people they're coming out. The objective is, the reason is, the purpose is to give back. Right, to help families, to help kids that might not have a Christmas otherwise.
Exactly.
But then you add Michigan football to it, and you get this. I mean, when we get a chance, where's Lance? Can Lance, can we get some B-roll? Can you get the crowd for the people watching? We'll give you some shots of the crowd so you can see all these people around here. It is an amazing scene. The line is snaked around the entire.
It's insane in the best way possible. I know as we started thinking about this event, we started talking about this just a little over a week ago. We were hoping to get a few thousand people. I think we've doubled that. We'll probably triple that by the time we get through this. And that's just a testament to the great people, the great Michigan fans that are here, the great teammates that Blake has, and the great support that he has within the community.
Why was it so important for you guys to not just get behind Blake, but get behind this specifically?
We enjoyed the fruits of a really great season, really great partnership, and it can't just always be a take relationship, honestly. It has to be a give back, right? We are a big part of Michigan, part of the Michigan fabric, and Michigan's a blue-collar, hardworking state. And if somebody's in need in this state, then we want to be part of helping that.
Well, I can't think of a company more fitting to support Wolverines. It made me think, what took so? Where was this for ages ago? Right? You guys have been along 140 years?
Yeah.
140 years, and we're talking about like the last 3 or 4.
Right.
Sam, what I'm hearing
overdue.
What I'm hearing is that after the first 4 years of Michigan football, there's been a long 140-year gap.
Right.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, it kind of
closed the gap now.
It kind of coincides with back to back to back.
There you go.
Big Ten championships, right?
When Wolverine got involved, everything changed. Right.
Hey, I'm just saying.
It's not coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence.
Yeah, you put it all together.
Well, Sam, the best boost to kick someone's behind with.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Blake did how it's synonymous with who he is as a player, but you guys have gone beyond. There are many other players that you guys have formed NIL partnerships with that are here today, right?
There are, yeah. And just to talk about these guys for just a second, I mean, every single one of them that is here has been part of the program with us. They are outstanding young men. I call them kids. They're not kids, right? I call them that because I'm old, right? My kids are their age. But I think the point is that when you work with these guys, it's not just they turn it on for a second and they turn it off and go about their business. They genuinely care about what they're doing. They care about the community. They care about the team. They care about how they represent a brand, which when you're in a brand and you represent a brand, you have to be careful who you partner with, right? There's always potential downside to that. There's been nothing but upside from Coach Harbaugh to all of the athletes for us at Wolverine. And what's really fun for me is to see at corporate headquarters how people rally around this and get excited about it and just feel really connected to the team. And the more connectivity we can create between the team and the community, the team and companies, it's just going to be better for everyone.
Yeah, so you've been giving out discount codes here today. That's for the people who came out. But for folks who want to see all the things all the products you have to offer, how can they do that?
Wolverine.com. 24/7, it's up and running.
So what's your favorite? I mean, look, I'm sure you're going to say everything is great, but, if we go to what's in Scott Schoessel's sort of
wardrobe.
go-to list, your wardrobe, your Wolverine wardrobe.
Yeah.
What would be the first couple of things you grab?
My favorite are the 1,000-mile boots. Those are awesome boots. I love the boots that you got, the trade wedges. Great boots. I wear boots every day, and I like our shirt jacks. You'll see a lot of the guys in shirt jacks. You'll talk to Courtney a little bit later. She's wearing a shirt jack. The hoodies are great. It's just comfortable, good, hard-working gear. The boots are fantastic, truly. I mean, I know everybody's probably saying you say that because you work there, but and I do. But they are very good boots, and we have great pride in the product that we put out into the marketplace. Great pride in this partnership, and great pride in being part of Michigan.
Well, when you came on yesterday, people were watching you live on the show, and so Mission Forward 3 said, "Best boots I've ever owned." Tater 6977. This is the first sponsorship that led to me buying their product. Awesome work boots. Went on. Paul Evans 3105 says, "Switching my work boots now for sure." So
That's awesome.
You're making moves with the people.
We are one of the most fun aspects of this is Emden reached out. Jared coordinates all of this, Jared Wangler, but we are now producing a Michigan work boot next year. So it's going to be a maize boot. There's a your usual brown boot available at Emden, which is just great because part of that, a portion of those proceeds go back to Champions Circle, which is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
And getting these guys what they deserve, right? You hear Coach talk a lot about revenue share, and those are the big dollars, but we need companies, we need people involved in helping support these guys as they go out, because they do, the amount of work they put in is tremendous, right? And it never stops. It's every day, all year long, and they deserve the recognition, they deserve the financial support, and we're happy to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Scott Schoessel, you, my friend, I got to thank you for obviously everything that you have done to help support this event and support Michigan Student Athlete NIL. But personally, man, getting me in my Wolverine gear. I'm being a little selfish right now. But, yeah, man, people don't know. I actually cut my own grass on my own zero turn. I can drive a skid steer. I can drive a front loader. I can work a backhoe. These are all things
I love that.
I grew up doing.
That's exactly what this brand is founded in. And the best part about cutting your own grass? When we did the signing day in Bay City with the team, Coach Harbaugh and I had about 5 hours together, which I had no idea what to expect. Never met him. That guy mows his own lawn. He loves it. He's as blue-collar a guy as there is out there. It was a fantastic time to meet him and learn. What a leader. What leader these guys are turning into, right? Think about they're winning the long term. That's what I keep saying to my team at Wolverine is the Michigan players are winning the long term because they're coming in, they're leading. And it's not just about the winning. It's about the culture that they create, right? And it's about the brotherhood that they have. And it's about the challenges they faced. You talked to every one of them this morning. I talked to all of them, right? They're fired up for this game. They're fired up because they're playing with their brothers. They're fired up that they're representing our state, which is you couldn't ask for anything better.
Absolutely. Hell of a logo, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I think we need to get some TKA.
We're going to get you
Wolverine
some.
gear.
We're going to hook you up.
We're going to make that happen. Scott, appreciate you, man.
Yes, thank you for all the time. Thanks for having me on. I know you talked to Courtney a little bit later. Great stories with these guys this year, and just always appreciate the support and look forward to making it bigger next year.
All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
it.
Thank
you.
Scott Schoessel,
Thank you, Ira.
Vice President of Marketing for Wolverine Boots. Listen, this is not possible as I see all the people coming through. Look at Deion Johnson coming through. We got some football parents coming in. What's up, Deion? How you doing? Good to see you, man. You bring some turnover buffs up in here? See, product placement. Product placement. Yeah, hey, man, I put on the buffs right now if you brought them to me. All right, I think
We're going to put Scott in some buffs.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing scene as Lance is panning around to show the crowd, and Ira, this line is unbelievable.
I don't know if I've ever seen a mall look like this before. Sorry, a collection or a mall or any other group of stores. It's remarkable. As you said from before, for anyone that hasn't been here, the length is more or less like one length, from the middle of our home mall at Briarwood, like any traditional mall, more or less we're in the middle, and there's a length on each side. And it went from the middle down to the Nordstrom wing, snaked around back where we are to the other side to the Macy's wing, and then snaked back. And at some point, Nate said they were outside, too.
Did you guys hear the cheers?
And then
Let's Go Blue.
Yeah, we've had Let's Go Blue. We've had It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine
Wolverine
chance.
Yeah.
Like, it is a true Maize and Blue takeover. I've seen we've seen at least, they say 4,000 or 5,000 people come
Yes.
through. I've seen at least 2,000 or 3,000 people wearing Michigan versus everybody gear.
Mhm.
It's that kind of day, Sam.
Hey, Josh Newkirk, why don't you go get an interview with the father of Mr. Will Johnson? Bring him over there to the stand-up and see if he can tell us how proud he is of his kid. Yeah, grab him. See if he can tell us how proud he is of his son being an all Big Ten player. An all Big Ten player this season. Ira, look, okay, so a bike is being donated.
So
That's amazing.
Let me. So Scott, I don't know how close we've all been very busy leading up to the start of this, but I've had a chance to look at the line and look at what people are carrying. First of all, yes, that's a bike someone's just carrying onto the stage to go up there. But we have seen individuals walking in with like trash bag size worth of toys.
They're
like
going to
two
have
of them,
thousands
right?
of toys.
Yeah,
thousands.
If it's 4,000 people, so say it's 5,000 people that come through, it's going to be like 20,000 toys or something like that. We've seen the National Guard carrying these huge red bags of toys. They're bringing it back to put them back so they can collect it all. And we've seen like dozens of those bags go by already. It's remarkable the generosity of the Michigan fan this time of year.
I also just think it's remarkable the attitude and the fun that everybody's having in line, right? The camaraderie. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
That's why we cheer for Michigan.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, you see the level of support that Michigan gets in the stadium every week. And so this shouldn't be a surprise, but good grief. I mean, I've seen drives before.
Yes.
But this is next level.
No, it's outstanding. And it doesn't happen, honestly, without you guys talking about it all week. It doesn't happen without what Valiant's doing and a lot of good people coming together to do the right thing.
Yeah, so we talked to Blake this morning. His girlfriend she did speed reading with the kids earlier, and as the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds from that book, from people who purchased the book, went to rent relief. So I want to send that message out to people right now who are watching. They're like, okay, I want to contribute. I want to get back. I can't be there to give a toy. What can I do? If you go to the Champion Circle website, you'll see a link to a donation portal for rent relief. And Blake said don't call it rent relief, call it holiday relief, because he doesn't want it just relegated to rent. But it's used in part for that, to help people with rent issues.
We've talked about it. The Michigan football alum have put a fund together where they're helping their brothers out, right? So they're teaching that lesson, and it's trickling down. And, this time of year can be very difficult for people. And Blake, these guys have never had a chance up until, a couple years ago now, they've never had a chance to make money on their name image like this, to do real charity work outside of maybe show up somewhere you couldn't promote it ahead of time. And now you've got guys that are basically giving their NIL money back, right? There are a lot of things that JJ and Blake in particular, and obviously we're talking a lot with Blake, about Blake because of this event today. There's a lot they could do with that money.
Oh, absolutely.
And, put it in their pocket, save, whatever it is. And they are taking so much of that money and diverting it back to causes or to their teammates. There are so many different ways. It goes back to the character of the guys. I know it kind of becomes a circular conversation that we have because we keep getting back to that. But it really, truly is. I was talking to Angelique, who's over here. I really we all love this team because they win.
Right.
But when you get to know this team, then you really love this team, right? Like it's a next level thing. It's not just about winning. And when you get to know the players, and I know you guys have like a dozen guys that you get to know through your events. And when you get to know their personalities, it adds to sometimes you have teams you love, then you meet the guys and you're like,
exactly.
I love the team, but
And these guys you want to stick with through thick and thin, right? They're just and Courtney on my team ran cross country at Michigan. And she talks about the life of a student athlete. Now, you think about cross country versus football, and what she is constantly amazed about and constantly talks about is Blake's schedule, JJ's schedule, and the amount of craziness that surrounds their schedule, and still they give back. Still they give back, right?
You got to prioritize it, and
right?
they do.
Right, they do.
They do.
The day after Blake was hurt last year in Illinois, next day, handing out turkeys, right? I mean, that's just the type of guys these are, and we're surrounded with them, and it's just a great time in Michigan football history. And these are great guys that deserve to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, your point stands out even more when people realize, folks, this is their off week.
Right?
Except
for treatment, they're told
that's
to
it.
Get off your feet, do whatever, right? Relax.
You report back. They are practicing Monday. So this is one of a few days that they have to themselves, and all these guys are out here today. That's just amazing.
Yeah, and it's just the support that Blake has, and I always think that the most interesting part is how both sides of the ball interact, right? The offensive guys and the defensive guys, a lot of times you see them separate. They don't. They hang out together, which is awesome.
Fantastic, Scott.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate your time.